What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and today I'm gonna walk the main street from Briarwood in Queens all the way to Flushing, Queens. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. Probably gonna take me like an hour, but I'm gonna do it. So I've been to Flushing a few times, and I've been in the main street, and I've always wanted to walk all the way to Main Street to see where it takes me to. Now I'm in the other side of the main street, so I'm gonna be walking from there all the way up there to see how the neighborhood changes throughout each block. So I know it's gonna be pretty interesting, like it's changing vibes. So it's good to explore around, you know, outside of touristy stuff and do something different. So let's do it. So far, this section over here, Briarwood, it's pretty much like a residential area. Like I've never been around here, but this is like another side of Queens. It's all the way up, not too far from Jamaica section in Queens, and I know JFK is not far from here. But yeah, like I say, it's gonna be changing the different vibes over here. You can see it's residential, like all this apartment complex. They got like a lot of highways over here. This is Main Street, and the highway's right there, so I got a long way to go. I'm probably gonna pass a few parks, but hey, like I said, the weather today, technically the numbers are cold, but it's not windy, it's sunny. So if you dress up pretty good, it feels perfect to walk around here. So I thought it would be a perfect day for me to go out and vlog, because yesterday was freezing, but today is perfect. You get a better view of the apartments. So yeah, I'm gonna keep walking forward, see what happens. So far, I've made a little pause over here, because so far I'm loving the neighborhood. Like I say, I like how the apartments look here with the highway. But then over here, you can see residential area. And it pretty much represents what Queens is, you know, diverse. Like I see people from all types of nationality over here going on with their daily lives. So it's like a peaceful area of New York City. So yeah, and I like how they have the garden over here set up, the trees, the apartments. Let me show you. Beautiful buildings over here. And that is one cool thing about New York. No matter which borough or which neighborhood you go, it's walking. You know, you can walk everywhere and connect from one neighborhood to another one. So that's one thing I'm taking advantage of and doing with this channel. And look at this apartment, how beautiful, like the way that they have the entrance with all the buildings. And then I don't know if you can see over there, but it's all like houses. Well, they got like a mixture of apartments, and farther over there, it turns pretty much, it looks a lot like a suburb. But yeah, pretty beautiful. Quickly here, you can see how the vibe changes. There was like a lot of tall residential buildings. Then over here, they got like a lot of houses. And it's noisy because I'm in the highway. Like if I go to one of those regular streets, you can see how quiet it is. And they even got like bike lanes. So yeah, like I say, New York has it all. Let me see if I can make a little turn over here so I can show you guys what's going on. Like I'm showing you guys, you can see the houses over here. Beautiful houses. And then over here they got one of the major highways in Queens, the Grand Central. It connects you from one side of Queens to another side of Queens. So now, as I'm walking around here, I'm passing the neighborhood of Kew Gardens in Queens, and different vibe, you know, pretty peaceful, pretty quiet. A lot of apartment complex. They got like buildings like this, you know. You can hear the birds and everything. The Kew Terrace. Let me just make a turn over here. I'm getting back in the main street, but I'm just gonna make a turn here to see how the vibe here changes. I look at the map and I still got a long way to go. A long way to go to Flushing, but I know I'm gonna make it even if it gets dark. But yeah, here you can see how things change. All this are apartments, buildings. They even got the parking lot. So yeah, pretty beautiful. And there's even a bike lane here in the street. Yeah. Like it makes you feel like you're outside the city or like in the suburb or something. But it's just New York City. Like I say, it never stops to impress me, and it's crazy how big it is. Otherwise, it's also, yeah. It's a really big city. Now, as I'm walking around here, I noticed this part of the neighborhood turned into Jewish. Like I see a lot of Jewish people walking around here, you know. So it's crazy how the neighborhood changes for block. Like one side is mixed, then another part of the neighborhood, you know, it turns into Jewish. And I know when I get to Flushing, it's gonna be Asian, you know, Chinese, Korean, so a lot of things. But that's the beauty about getting out the beaten path and exploring different neighborhoods. So, like you get to see a lot of cool stuff, and you learn new things while you're walking around. So I'm walking around here. I like how this street over here, or this side is full up with shops. I know you see the sunset, but a lot of businesses over here, a lot of restaurants. And then to my left side, what is that? I see the Queen's Library. I see people making a huge line to get in. Not sure why they're making a line. You see, I don't know if you can see it over there. See the people there making a line. Not sure they're doing tests, like COVID tests or something like that, but yeah. You get like a better view, like a little cop there. And I tell you, it's not even 4 o'clock yet, and it's starting to get a little bit dark. But that's how it is here during December, you know. So I'm still walking forward. I don't even think I'm near halfway. But I know in front of me there's a cemetery, and then to my right hand should be Queens College. So yeah, and I know if I keep walking forward, I'm gonna see the Queens Meadowlands, the Flushing Meadowlands Park, which I made a vlog there like maybe like a year ago. And then that's the border of Corona, Queens, and Flushing, Queens. And then to my left hand, unfortunately the GoPro can't zoom, but I can see the skyline of Manhattan, so pretty interesting, you know. And I love the fact how they got a lot of businesses here, like a lot of restaurants. Like they got this halal place right in front of me. Not sure how good it is, but if you want like good food from all over the world, then Queens is a good place to come. I want to say that walking around, I'm getting a little hungry, you know, watching all these restaurants, and I wish I could sit down and eat, which I could, but I want to finish this video before it gets like pitch black outside, so you gotta see, you know, the difference from one neighborhood with another one. And then over there, I don't know how good you can see, but that's the cemetery over there. Really big. And like right behind that, the Manhattan skyline is over there, but yeah, but unfortunately you can't see it with the GoPro. Now, so I'm walking around here, I can see the airplanes flying really close, because like LaGuardia Airport is not far from here. Like it's really close to Flushing, Queens. I'm not too far from Flushing. All I know is I gotta pass where the park is, and then I'm entering the borderline of Flushing. You're gonna see like a different vibe. Still residential area here. You can see all the apartments. But the more I walk towards this way, the busier it gets. And then now I'm crossing another busy highway in Queens, the Long Island Expressway, which it takes you all the way to Manhattan, and it passes Long Island all the way. Like this is the expressway. There's a traffic jam over there. Then it goes on the other side. Also the highway is similar to 495. Either the Long Island Expressway or 495, one of the busiest highways in New York City. You can still see the traffic. Because rush hour is getting close, and it gets, you know, ridiculous. It gets ridiculous. Then over here you can see how the neighborhood starts changing little by little. There you can see the signs written in Chinese. So I think this is pretty much like the borderline of Flushing. Like I'm entering the border tip of Flushing. I'm supposed to cross the street and cross. But yeah, more traffic here, more activity going on. Then you can see the change of vibes over here too. Like I'll show you. And here you got like a supermarket. You can say it's Yongfa. You can see all that's written in Chinese. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Flushing is the biggest Chinatown in the whole world. I think that's true. And I believe because it's a huge neighborhood, like it's a huge community. Not only like the main street in the downtown area, but they got like, you know, like over here you can see all the apartments. It's a whole community. And then here quickly, I'm getting closer to downtown Flushing. I can see it right out in front of me. But let me show you. Over there are the buildings. So yeah. And the Queens Botanical Garden is not far from me, it's right there, so getting pretty cool over here. I love the vibes over here, so I'm gonna walk forward and show you guys. I'm really entering like the downtown area of Flushing. To my left hand is Queens Botanical Garden, and then if you walk a little forward, it turns into the Flushing Meadow Queens Park, and then in front of me you can see the condos and apartments of downtown Flushing, Queens. And then the main street with all the shops, all the restaurants and like mini malls they have around. They have like Asian malls over here with a lot of stores and a lot of restaurants, so it's pretty worth it checking out this neighborhood in Flushing. One of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City. So far I'm loving the vibes of the neighborhood. Look at the signs, like I say. And then you got like an apartment complex over here. But this is just the beginning. I got to go all the way up that hill. And then when I get to the other side, that's when you're going to see all the action going on. Like I say, we're in the pandemic, so I don't know how it's going to look. If it's going to be packed or is it going to be different, but we're going to find out. And I got to say, I've done a lot of cardio over here. Walking all this, and now I'm making a cardio going up this hill. But I don't care, it's pretty worth it, you know, it's what I love doing. Walking is a really good exercise and it's free. So this is the part where it gets pretty interesting, where I walk ahead of me. You can see like all the shops, all the people going on with their lives, and even the fresh vegetables out in the street. So I'm not sure if I'm just gonna show you like a raw clip walking around, so I think I'll do that. It'll be like a good view so you can get an idea what the neighborhood looks like.
Hindi city.
See the difference of the neighborhood. You can see the people speaking their language and stuff. Like I said, this neighborhood never stops to impress me. And you can take the service train all the way to the last stop. Really international, and it gives you a vibe like if you're in Asia, seeing all this stuff. So people here selling, all the businesses over here. And I even noticed they set up a Christmas tree right there in front of me. It's been a long time since I've been in Flushing. I think maybe like a year ago during the summertime. But yeah, I say this neighborhood never stops to impress me. So I say if you guys are really into Chinatowns and into the food and stuff, I highly recommend that you guys come here. Here you can see the Christmas trees, how they decorate it. And now let me just walk up the steps and show you this other side of the street. So here's like another extension. Walk around here. That's the neighborhood. I see the tall buildings. The subway line is over there. The Long Island Railroad is over there. And then it just keeps going. And usually, like on a good day, it gets really crowded over here. Like you see a lot of people walking around. But I still haven't got to the main part. Like once I cross over that bridge, that's where you see a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna try to capture some raw footage when I walk around there. And then behind me is one of the malls I was telling you, New World Mall. They got like a lot of shops in there. Then if you go in the basement, they got a food court and a lot of Asian cuisine, like Southeast Asian, Chinese, Thai food. You know, a lot of food in there. Like years ago I made a vlog in there. So yeah, I tell you, this is like really worth it to come here and vlog or just walk around the store and feel like a local neighborhood, you know.
申请失业金、粮食券、更换各种 ID 驾照、护照。
So that was the end of my video. I walked all the way from Briarwood to Flushing, Queens, and Main Street. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody, and peace.